Hi everyone, Kelly Mahler, occupational therapist, and today I want to talk about how to get the most out of interoception activities. We're going to talk about 5 tips for success, and these tips really are aimed at making interoception activities more effective, inclusive, and hopefully more meaningful to the people we're offering them to. Whether you're using interoception activities with your own clients, with students, maybe your own children, or maybe you're using interoception activities for your own self and your own on your own interoception journey like I am. So let's dive into the 5 tips. So tip number 1 is to ditch the emotion words for now. And what do I mean by that? Emotion words are a very abstract concept, and they are not a universal construct for all people. And I know that might be hard to wrap your mind around if emotion words are something that you grew up with and it's something that's a match for your own internal experience. But what we know from so many people is that emotion words don't always cover the meaning of the internal world. And so, really moving away from emotion words, at least temporarily, and focusing in on body signals or body sensations and how the body feels tends to be helpful for some people. And that's really what the core of interoception work is all about. When we're getting started, we are starting at the body signal level and noticing what are the different ways our hands feel, or what are the different ways our feet can feel, or the different ways our heart can feel, or our lungs can feel, and really taking time to notice these body parts and notice the signals that these body parts send us. Eventually, down the road, we start using these body signals as clues to what it means, right? So maybe that is an emotion, and we also can use it as clues to what our body needs. And that's the ultimate goal of interoception work, is to really understand our bodies enough to know what our body needs for regulation, for felt safety, for health, for comfort. Tip number 2 is to start interoception work by narrating your own body signals out loud. And this is especially true if you are someone reading this blog or listening to this vlog and you are offering interoception activities to clients or students or maybe your own children. So talking out loud about the way your own body feels can be a really important foundation for this work. You're modeling that you have this internal experience that you're noticing, and you're also modeling interoception vocabulary. So if you say something like, oh my goodness, like my hands feel so cold right now, I need to warm them up a little bit underwater, or I'm going to blow a little bit on them to warm them up. So you're just talking out loud about the way your hands are feeling and what you might do to help them feel better. Or maybe it's just like, gosh, like these lights are bright, they make my eyes hurt, right? So you're just talking out loud about the way your body feels. Or, oh my goodness, like I notice a really funny feeling underneath my belly button, and I wonder if I have to pee. I'm going to go try to use a toilet and see if that helps. So really talking out loud about what you're noticing in your body and describing it in a way that's authentic to yourself and meaningful to yourself. So you're just modeling that you're having this internal experience, and you're putting some interoception vocabulary out there into the universe, and we're hoping that that our learners are soaking in all of that modeling and language. Tip number 3 is really about us being attuned to all forms of interoception expression, and really to stay curious about someone else's internal experience without expectation of a response. And when we offer interoception activities, many times I wonder out loud about how their body is feeling or what they might be noticing in their body. And I'm wondering and being curious without expectation of a response. And I'm really watching carefully for all forms of a response in case there is one there. So it could be just as simple as someone pushing something away, or maybe they're reaching for more of an experiment we're doing, or maybe it's, they're kind of like making like a like a flinch, like, oh, yuck, no thank you kind of face. So I'm really attuned at watching for all forms of expression, and wondering and being curious out loud without expectation of any response. Sometimes we might see a response and sometimes we might not. Sometimes we might hear a response and sometimes we might not. That curiosity is so key to our interoception activities. Tip number 4 is to be patient with the I don't knowers. And what I mean by this is when I'm offering interoception activities to my clients many times, especially in the very beginning, if a client is responding, is sharing a little bit about their internal world, I might be wondering, like, how do your hands feel during this activity? And they say, I don't know, or my hands feel fine. They're fine. They're calm. They feel fine. And I hear that time and time again. They repeat that answer many times. There's a lot of reasons why someone might be giving us those answers. They genuinely might not know how their body feels. They might be living in a body that they have been forced to suppress or mask or dissociate from because of their lived experience. And so really reconnecting to the body is going to take some time. We talk a lot about how interoception activities many times require a lot of undoing before doing, meaning that we have to undo a lot of past experience before a person is ready to feel safe enough to really connect with their authentic felt experience. Other times, a person might be on a quest to give us the quote unquote right answer. And we know with our interoception work, there is no wrong way to feel. But I have so many clients that, because again of past experiences, they are under the impression that there's one right way to feel. And they're on a quest to figure out, when we're doing like an interoception activity, like, what is the answer I should be giving right now? And so to believe whatever answer they give you, even if it's something against what you might expect, is extremely important. We are always in the business of validating every response we hear, whether it's a spoken response, whether it's a physical response, whatever it is, we need to be validating and believing a person's internal experience so that they start to feel safe with us, and continue expressing how their body feels. And tip number 5 is really about using flexible, creative ways to support internal expression. The more ways a person has access to let us know how they're feeling, the better, in my opinion. Not everyone is going to be describing body sensations in ways that we might have been labeled traditional. They might come to understand their inner experience through weather systems or colors or animals or food or music. And they might be able to really, put that concept to their internal experience through various modes of communication, whether that's something that's light tech, like a piece of paper of different weather systems on it, or maybe that's high tech through texting or finding a GIF in their phone or using their AAC device. So we really need to expand forms of internal expression, be really creative, try all different types, and don't forget the modeling piece of us modeling different ways that our body might be feeling through different concepts and through different modes of communication. The goal here is connection and curiosity and seeking to understand someone's inner world the best that we possibly can. Until next time.